Executive Expressions, Part 1.
Hello, I'm Peyton, the English coach, and this is Speak English NYC. This video we will cover executive expressions. This is part 1. There will be part 2, and if you like it, maybe there'll be a bonus section, part 3. We will discuss executive expressions that you can use at the workplace. This will allow you to show a greater command of the English language, also to get your point across and build unions and teams if you are managing teams in your position. Before we begin, please stop the video, click like and subscribe. This way you will get notified for the next video, and you can also see all of the videos that are in the library. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Thanks again. I want to be completely transparent with you. So what does this mean, and when do we use it? What this really says is what I'm about to say is really important, and I value you enough to drop the BS and tell you the truth. For example, I want to be transparent with you. We need to revise the report for our premier client. The reason is there was a computational error, and we cannot have that information leaked to the press. It's sensitive, and we cannot have anyone know about it in any shape, form, or fashion. Here, we are prepping our listener for sensitive and important information. We're also establishing trust through transparency. I want to be completely transparent with you. Number 2. I wonder if. So what does this mean, and when do we use it? What this is really saying is, I'm curious about this, and I want you to think about it too. I wonder if our brand position matches the tone of our outbound marketing efforts. For this example, we are proposing a solution or an argument that might receive some negative feedback. I wonder if. It's a way just to prep the listener, or maybe even soften the opposition to the listener's argument or idea. Here's a pro tip. You can use this with people that you manage to increase their own buy-in as they review and question their own work. I wonder if you are inviting them to explore alternatives with you or on their own. Example 3. Can I share a personal story with you? So what is this saying? Well, it's saying what it's saying. It's asking permission to share something that is a little personal. The important thing is that you ask to share before you start to share your story. It shows that you have respect for their schedule as well as their professional time. It can also be an introduction to a deep and personal story that you really want someone to hone in and listen to you. I know that in some cultures there is a stark separation between your personal life and your professional life. However, in American culture, especially in business, as well as other English-speaking countries and cultures, it's almost expected for you to share some personal information. This is a great way to build rapport. It's a great way to meet new colleagues, as well as to establish trust, communication, and even friendships in a professional network in your job, your career, your industry, or even in your entire business life. Here's a pro tip. Have a professional story in your back pocket, one that you can recycle, retell, make subtle changes, but it's something that is meaningful, it's deep, and it has some sort of educational component to it. It's something that you may use with staff that you are training, or another example is you can use a story in a meeting or in a sales pitch. A lot of CEOs, especially in American companies and businesses, will have a story that they will tell to inspire people. They'll have a story to tell that shows their knack, knowledge, or wisdom in the industry. Can I share a personal example with you? When I was a program director, I realized that I couldn't force feed ideas upon people. Ideas stem from a culture, a feeling that was part of our business and our program. That culture needed to be nourished and infused in every aspect of what we did on a daily basis. Here's the next example. Let me turn that question around and ask you. So what are we saying when we use this expression? What we're basically saying is, you brought up a great issue, and I genuinely respect your opinion. Please tell me more about your thoughts on this matter. So when do we use let me turn this around and ask you? Well, you can use it if you are unclear of your own answer, you don't have an answer, or you want to help the person who is asking you to solve their own problems. This is really good because it establishes some sort of autonomy. It allows them to work through their own barriers and their hurdles. A little bit of self-sufficiency as well as trust, because you trust them to solve their own problems. For those of you who struggle with a team who you feel the need to micromanage, this is a great way to prevent micromanaging and work together to solve a problem. What's your opinion? The last and final expression. This is my absolute favorite. It is, let me show you some research on this topic. Let me show you some research. It's so powerful. You're essentially saying to the person that I care about finding facts in real world examples to support our discussion, but also to support your own opinion. One of the ways that you can use this is during a discussion. It could get a little heated, maybe it's an argument, and you're like, here are the facts. Your opinion is no longer about you or the person, it's about the research, which sometimes allows the person that you are having a discussion with, a disagreement with, or even an argument that can get contentious. It allows them to accept the facts and not necessarily argue with the person. It is a beautiful checkmate when you are in a business setting. So that's it for today. This is part 1 of our executive expressions. This is a series. There will be a part 2. So before you go, make sure that you do subscribe and you also click the like. It's super helpful. And with that, I am out. Thank you again. Bye-bye.